friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Jen and I am all about saving you money. Today we're going to do some hits and misses from Five Below. There's some makeup that I haven't seen anybody talking about, so if that sounds good, let's get right into it. So the first set that I want to talk about, and I'll put a screenshot of what they look like in the full packaging, is this set right here. Now, I was excited to see all of these products. Unfortunately, only one of them really works well. So this first one is an illuminating face primer. I would not recommend this. I put it on my face one time and it was super oily and it just didn't do anything. So this is not going to work for me. The next thing in here is going to be this highlighter stick. I was hoping that this would work, but it really didn't do much for me. As you can see, you can't really see it very much. So I'm going to say this is a fail as well. The one thing that I didn't really try in here, to be honest with you, and I'll see if it works right now, is the freckle pen. I'm just not really into fake freckles because I have real freckles. So let me try to use this on my hand right now and see. I'm just going to kind of draw a line. So, I mean, it does have some color, so if you're into that, I think this would probably work for that. The thing, though, in this that is worth buying this whole set for, even if you're not going to use anything else, is this lip oil. This is very fantastic. It makes your lips just so hydrated and feels so good. I'm actually going to put it on right now. And this whole set was $5, so $5 for a lip oil that works. I'll still buy the whole set for it. So this is definitely something that's really, really good. So that one, if you're rating it on an overall scale, that whole set was kind of a miss, but the lip oil is well worth it. So the next thing that we're going to take a look at is this set right here. Now, this is a hidden gem. I'm going to show you how each of these products work, and these are all hits for me. So let me show you how this looks all together. Okay, so we're going to start with the first product. It's a dewy primer. I like this just as well as the e.l.f. product that's out. It's a really nice product. And by the way, these are called Smoke and Mirrors is the brand. The dabber doesn't work very good, so I just basically, instead of using that, I just use it as a stick to like put it all over my face. So we're going to apply that. Alright, so that's all on there. So they have all of the Wet n Wild line at Five Below, so I decided to pick up the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I know I like this. So we are going to put that all over the face. Dab that all over. And this set that I just showed you came with a beauty blender, and it's really nice. I'm going to apply just a little bit more. I don't think I got enough on the first application. So we're just going to build that up. Alright, let's see how that's looking. That looks really nice. Alright, so I didn't buy any color corrector or concealer this time. So I'm just using this NYX yellow color corrector. It's my favorite. So we're just going to put that on there because I have some purple circles. So this yellow does great for me to get those canceled out. And then I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the hydrating camo concealer, so we're going to use that under the eyes and then just anywhere that we want some correction. I always have red in this area, so I like to just put a little concealer there just to make that look nice. So here we are. And get that blended in. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that and put it on my eye so that that'll be a nice canvas, so I don't have to use an eye primer. I like to use the concealer as my eye primer. That way we can double dip on these products so we don't have to buy extra things. Alright, put a little more concealer on my nose. For some reason my nose is a culprit that does not like being covered up. This is a daily a daily task I have to try to get that all covered up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to take is the cheek, the blush. Now, this is really pigmented. Let me tell you, the first time I tried it on, I put way too much. So I'm going to start with it on my hand and kind of blend that out. That's an easier way when you know something's highly pigmented. See, look at that. I just put a little drop and it's kind of crazy color. So I'm just going to kind of dab that and dab it on. So see if we can get, you know, not too much color that way. Even just a little bit on my skin goes a really long way, man. It's a really pretty color, but you just have to be kind of careful or you're gonna really get more than you bargained for. So that's looking nice. And again, just little drop, little dab. That's a lot of color there, very intense. And some people like more of a flush, but with my skin being so light, I just like a little bit of blush. And sometimes I don't even wear a blush, to be honest, because my skin has a red undertone, but I think this blush looks really, really nice. It's a really good one. Okay, so to kind of finish off this pack, I want to go ahead and do lips just so we can talk about the last thing in there. So at first I wasn't sure what this was. I thought it was something to go on the eyes, but it's actually a lip topper, and it's really very nice. So for right now, I'm just going to use this Believe Beauty lipstick because I had picked up the Mega Slicks, and I did not like this. This is from Wet n Wild, and this just has kind of a bad smell, and it didn't really do a lot for me. So since I didn't like this, we're going to go ahead and use one I know I like. This Believe Beauty is so nice. It reminds me of a ColourPop formula that I like so much because it doesn't make your lips dry, but it stays on all day. So let's go ahead and apply that. So I'm going to give that just a moment to dry down before I put the other on top of it. Okay, so now that that's had a little bit of time to dry down, we're going to put this on top of it. So I just put a little bit on there. Add a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it, but it adds just a little bit of glimmer. It looks like it's going to be just a glitter bomb when you look at it, but it just adds a little bit of sparkle and shine. I think it's pretty. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is some eye products. So this LA Colors palette is fabulous. This was $2.50. We're definitely going to be using that today. So let's see what color I want to start with. I think we're going to start with this color right here, the second color. It's a really nice just color to start with on the eyes. Just kind of a base color to get us going, to be blending in with. There we go. And then the next color that I'm going to dip into, let's see here. I'm going to do this little bit of a darker color right here. This is a matte finish as well. The reason I like this so much is because there's just as many matte finishes as there are shimmers. So it's a nice balance, and there's a lot of nice neutral looks that you can get with this palette just for a really inexpensive price. So what I like to do is set down the color and then go back with another brush that doesn't have anything on it and blend it out. So even if you get a little bit carried away with where you're putting the color, it's okay because these blend out just so nicely. They're so user friendly even for beginners. A little bit of color there. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to use my finger, honestly. For this color right here, it's just a nice cream color. I'm just going to put that on my lid. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch these on my arm for you, and I'll be right back. I just want to show you the color variations that you can get with this palette. So I'll be right back, friends. Okay, so I have those all swatched now. I think I should have used my right arm instead of this arm. It's kind of hard to see, probably kind of hard for me to put that up there, but these just have really nice from light to dark. I really like these darker ones. This one right here, it's almost like a red, gosh, red undertone. Editing Jen here. I just wanted to give you a better look at those swatches. I went ahead and left the other in there for real life authenticity, but you know what? I wanted to make sure you got a real good look at these. And man, this is giving me Urban Decay Naked Palette vibes. These drugstore brands have really stepped it up in the coming years. That palette was $50, and man, this is just as nice. I'm going to go ahead and deepen up my the corner of my eye right now with that one. I just think that's really nice color, just to kind of make it a little bit bolder outer corner so you can really see it more. I put a little more on that side, so again, it's makeup. It's always fixable, even if you think you've messed up. We can always do something to fix it. So there we go. Blending that side in. Key is just keep blending. If you don't like it, keep blending. If you blend it too much, you can always go back and add a little bit more. I think that looks pretty nice right there. So there was something else that I wasn't really too fond of. You know, I'm not big on eyeliners anyways. I use a lot of eyeshadows for my eyeliner, but I decided to try this out just to give it a try. And this ended up being all over my face by the end of the day. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and use this cream one for the inner liner because I figured I can tight line with it at least. So I don't think I'm going to be able to hold the camera and hold this and do it very well. So basically, I'm just going to put this on my waterline and I'll be right back. Okay, so basically I've held my liner down, I've tight lined. That's going to make my eyes pop a little more. Since I didn't really like these, I wanted to use them in some way to show you today. So I'm going to go back to this palette and I'm going to use one of these colors. I'm going to get a brush like this and I think I'm going to go back to that red color, this color right here, and I'm going to use that as my bottom liner. It just looks more natural. You know, I like the more natural look these days instead of a bold liner. But if you like a bold liner, you do you. But for me, I just like it to look a little bit more natural. Putting that on the bottom here. Putting the eyeshadow as liner, I just think it looks a little more natural. All right, how do we think it looks? I'm liking how it's coming along. So one other thing I did want to mention too, there is a full 3 set of these setting sprays. So there is a matte finish, a dewy finish, and a radiant finish, and this is a $5 set and you get a whole lot of product. So if you're looking for just a set of just setting spray, that's great. But otherwise, if you've got that other set, you're already going to have a small setting spray in there, so it's not necessary. It just really depends on your needs. So I didn't pick up a mascara today, so I'm going to go ahead and use this e.l.f. Roller Lash. I've really been enjoying this. Or it's called Lash and Roll. Benefits, it's Roller Lash. That's what they're duping. But I really like this. It separates nicely. And if you wanted to curl your lashes first, you could, but this really gives my lashes a nice little lift. I have just a little curl in my lashes anyways, and this has just been a really, really nice mascara to use. Oh, almost got my eye. Didn't though. So here's the finished look. What do we think? I think it turned out very nice. You know, I love finding these hidden gems that nobody's talking about. All of this makeup was under $5, just super inexpensive products. And I do want to mention one thing that I really didn't like. I gave it a couple chances, but it's this lip mask. It's called the Hydrogel Lip Mask. If you see this, it's just a hard pass. That's not anything that you would want to spend your hard-earned dollars on. So I really hope you like this today, friends. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.